Okay, so we talked about how to do a sinusoidal regression on Desmos. This one is focusing on the TI-Nspire. Okay, so I'm going to create a new document, and it starts with a table. So that's lists and spreadsheets. We're going to come up here. We're going to label this column as our X, this column as our Y. We're going to skip this, and we're just going to start typing in our numbers here. These were the numbers taken from months of the year and the average high temperature in Chicago. Okay, so we have in January, right, the first month, 34.6. Type these in as we go through. Okay, so now we have all of our data plugged in. We're going to go over here to menu. Oh, sorry, we're going to do document. We're going to insert data and statistics. Okay, now what this does is it just randomly assigns all of these points that we just plugged in. You can see all the X values listed here. Okay. This is where we do our scatter plot, right? This is a true scatter plot. There's no rhyme or reason to the way these are right now because we haven't defined the axes. So we click over here, and then we're going to make this our y-axis, and we should see those y values fall in line in one dimension. And then we want to click down here, and there's nowhere necessarily to click. We just got to find that sweet spot and make this our x. And then we can see the proper distribution of these points as we go through here. Okay. Now, one thing before I forget, because we're doing sinusoidal graphs, okay, sinusoidal waves, we want to make sure that we're in radian mode, especially in the document that we're doing. So if you click on the document button and go to settings and status, settings, general settings, okay, your angle has to be in radian mode. All right. We graph these sine and cosine functions for radians, not for degrees, right? You only want to be in degree mode if you're doing right triangle trigonometry. If you're doing anything else, sine waves, sine graphs, unit circle, things like that, you want to be in radian mode for that, okay? Click the button that says make default. Yes, we want to apply that, okay? Now we know that we're in radian mode. We can come over here to menu, analyze. There's a regression feature right here. And then we have sinusoidal. And if we click that, you'll see the nice, beautiful sine wave that approximates as close to this as possible. Okay, take a look. We have our amplitude of 22.6. We have our scale factor here for the horizontal. This would be a horizontal stretch, right? Because we have a B value of about 0.5. We have a C value of negative 2.03. Okay, so we see that because this sine wave, so what they're doing with this sine wave is where's our D value here? 57.168. So it's hard to see all of this at once over the inlay of the graph, but we have our our midline here at about 57, okay, which means that the graph has moved about 2 units to the right. You'd see that in that C value right here, okay? So, or I'm sorry, 4 to the right, yeah, because negative 2 divided by 0.5 is 4. So that's why this point is here and not over here on the x-axis, or on the y-axis, sorry. Got a little tripped up there at the end. Hopefully the process of creating this makes sense. The interpretation of it will have to wait for another time.